Guys, welcome to the channel today. And you know what, I've been thinking about what made me start YouTube. Okay, what made you start YouTube if you do have a YouTube channel? Okay, so it started this way. I'd had the urge to sew for a while. I wanted to start sewing. I went to the local shops, found the sewing machine, but didn't know if I should buy it, and went on YouTube to start looking for reviews on the sewing machine. I couldn't find any, so I bought that sewing machine blind, and after using it I decided that it was incumbent on me to give the world a video review of this sewing machine. And I still have that sewing machine today. It's one of my most watched videos on YouTube. I'll link it in the description for you guys. It's called the Mpisa Dressmaker 270D. All that to say that when I first got into this YouTube space, there weren't so much creators as there are now. There weren't so much YouTube sewing channels as there are now. So I was in the wilderness looking up and down for channels, and it seems like in the past 5 years or so there's been an explosion in our sewing community here on YouTube, which I'm very, very proud of. I'm proud to be a member of. So today's video, I'm going to be highlighting some of my favorite sewing channels here on YouTube, and this just hopefully you guys check them out, see if they're in your wheelhouse. If you're a newbie, I hope these help you out. I just want to give you guys a rundown of what I look for in a sewing channel. Okay, first I look for inspiration. You know, the channel has to inspire me to make me want to do, you know, the tutorial that they're going for, or anything they talk about. I agree, I disagree, but I'm engaged. There's inspiration to the channel. Also, because I'm heavily into pattern drafting, I draft all my patterns, and I'm very into looking at ready to wear and copying it, being inspired by ready to wear, copying it, and it helps sharpen your pattern drafting senses. So I'm very into the technique that the sewist is using on the channel, because there's so many different ways to sew up a thing, whether it's a zip or a button or a vent, and I'm into trying out different types of techniques to see which one is better and which I'll add into my arsenal. I'm also into finishes, like, are their seams straight? Are they sewing seams straight? Is everything neat and clean? I do, in my sewing, I do inspire to or rather aspire to make the insides of my garments and the back of the garments as nice as the front, you get. And a lot of people tell me this in my sewing. They're like, oh, your insides are so neat and so, and for me, that's what sewing is about. Then also another thing is that I see how they style their sewing makes. Okay, so like I'm not one of those people who sews something and doesn't wear it. If I sew something that I don't wear, I'm just gonna cut it up and change it into something else that I will wear. Okay, so I'm very interested in how they style their makes. If they style their makes, you know, we're making clothes for ourselves, so we should be really into the styling game on this YouTube channel, because I feel like we are at the peak of, we should be at the peak of the styling game, because everything we make fits us, is for us, and it fits us, you know. So we should have clothes that look nice on us and be able to style them. Okay, all right then. So I have with me 10 sewing channels that I like to follow, and you know, like every time they post something on YouTube, I'm the first person there. Then I think I have like 3 or 4 honorable mentions, and these honorable mentions, it's not like there's anything wrong with them. It's just that I'm not, like, I won't be the first person on any new video that they have. Okay, so guys, at the end of the video, please do write down your favorite sewing channels on YouTube here. I would like to check them out on YouTube and on Instagram as well, because some of these people that I'm mentioning here have channels only on Instagram, not on YouTube. Okay, so just write your favorite sewing channels, why you like them, what you look for in a sewing channel, and I'll be sure to check them out. And yeah, on with the video. The first sewing channel we'll have today is a Russian channel. They have a Russian channel and a translated English channel. I follow all the channels. In fact, they have quite a few, but it's called Global Fashion Network. I think the original owner of the channel is called I've forgotten her name, but sadly, may her soul rest in peace, she died during COVID. She passed on during COVID, but her children and I think her in-laws are running the channel right now, and they're doing a very, very fantastic job. Kudos to them. So yeah, I follow them because, like I said, they're all about technique, precision. They pattern draft a lot, you get, and they inspire me. Everything they make, I think, wow, I can make that, or I try to make that, or I have used several of their techniques. And they also have a 10 measurement pattern drafting system that I bought. That's to show you guys how much I love them. I self-drafted my own pattern, and this is what I use to make things that I have. So I really hope you guys check them out. And like, even though they're Russian, you can put on the auto translate, or they also have like an audio translator on the English channel, and I hope you guys love them as well. The second channel I have for you guys is called Saturday Night Stitch. It reminded me of Saturday Night Live or Saturday Night Boogieing or whatever, but her name is I forgot her name. I'll put it up on the channel. I forget these people's names so much. Yeah, but she's very into border patterns. And even though I'm not a sewing pattern fanatic, I enjoy watching her reviews on the patterns. You know, she does a lot of fabric hauls, which I love as well. And yeah, I like the vibes she gives of her channel. I enjoy watching her. I enjoy watching her speak. You know, she makes things for her kids, for her husband, and yeah, it's like I hang out with a good friend anytime I'm on her channel. So I hope you guys check her out as well. The next sewing channel that I follow as well is a guy called Valery, I'm gonna butcher his last name, Prokoudine. I don't know, but I think he's either Spanish or something. He doesn't speak a lick of English on the channel, but he's very, very into pattern drafting. I think people in his community have, like, they send him pictures of things they would like to learn how to sew, and he pattern drafts everything for you. Sometimes, if you're lucky, he'll sew up a particular thing if he feels that it's too confusing, but he's right up my alley. You know, I sometimes some of the things he pattern drafts, I've already seen them online before and wondered, oh, how can I? And actually, I do this thing where I mean, like, if you're a pattern drafting nerd, this will make sense to you. I see a video of his that he's pattern drafted for, and I don't watch it immediately. I go and try and find out, pattern draft it myself. Then I watch the video and see how close I came to his method of pattern drafting. The man is without a doubt a pattern drafting genius. I would say that some of his techniques are pretty advanced. He does have some easy, beginner friendly pattern drafting videos, but most of them I'll say are intermediate to advanced, but you can check him out and see if it's something that you can grow towards, and have some fun pattern drafting. The next channel I have for you, she's very active on YouTube and on Instagram as well, so I follow her on both platforms. It's called Craftpreneur. Okay, and I love her channel because she goes like she travels all over and she buys fabrics. She's bought fabric from China, from Istanbul, from France, and it's an insight to how fabric is sold in other countries, and she has the most lovely taste when it comes to picking fabrics. I love watching her videos. She also has some sewing patterns, and generally, like, it's a vibe being with her because it's like, okay, we're hanging out and we're watching. And on Instagram as well, she shows you her process. And that's another thing about a lot of all these channels that I like. They show you the process of them pattern drafting, sewing it up and everything. So you're very much immersed and involved, and that's what I try to do on my channel here. I don't know if I do that for you guys, but let me know. Do I make you guys feel as involved in the process, in the sewing and pattern drafting process in my videos? I'd really like to know that. Please do take time and comment so that I know. Okay, yeah, like I said, she's the vibe. She's very into, like, she did Halloween costumes and all that good stuff, and yeah, I enjoy watching her channel, like I said before, and I hope you guys take out the time and check her out. I will leave the link to all these channels, the YouTube channels and the Instagram pages in the description for you guys, so do check them out there. The next channel I have for you guys, like, when I found her on Instagram, I was like, what? Her name is Emily Hallman, and the channel is called Emily Hallman Designs. Guys, she sews up things, like amazing things. She's very into pattern drafting. No, sorry, not pattern drafting. Although she can pattern draft because she actually had like a sewing studio where she used to sew up things, but she uses a lot of commercial patterns, but still, like, her fabric choices are beyond this world. Her sewing studio is a sewing studio of dreams. Like, honestly, check her out, guys. I mean, you would not be disappointed. I can't say enough things. Like, again, it's like hanging out, she does outfits, like, and she has a blog. Like, I'll leave everything for you guys. Just check her out. She's amazing, completely amazing. You will not be sorry you checked her out, I promise. The next channel as well is only on Instagram. I haven't bothered checking if she's on YouTube, but she's very heavy on Instagram. And again, people, the things she makes, her channel name is called Kachi My Fairy Tale. I don't know her name, but my goodness, like, her finishes are first rate. She's not an English channel, but I mean, from anything you guys can tell, I will I will follow a sewing channel no matter where the channel is from, no matter where the person is from, no matter what language they speak, so long as they, inspire me, have great sewing techniques. She has great sewing techniques, and like I said, her finishes are A++, chef's kiss. Like, I want to be her hands, and she'll be like sewing and doing, so that these techniques can get stuck in my brain and I could use them for every sewing project that I have. I love her channel. she had COVID one time, so she was off Instagram for a while, but I think she's back. And yeah, just check her out. She's very heavy on stories as well, so check out her stories. And what can I say, guys? Just check her out. You understand what I mean when you check her out. The next sewing channel I have is also a lady. She's on YouTube. I think she's on Instagram, but I don't follow her. I don't think I follow her on Instagram, but if I do, I'm never on there. Like, I've never really seen her on Instagram. I've forgotten her name, but the name of the channel is called Kittenish Behaviour. She's got a thing for cats. And yeah, she has this Sunday hangouts. And they're lovely. Again, she's all about the process. She takes you through the process of her sewing, her pattern drafting. She has a Patreon account where you can vote on tutorials that she can do and everything. And yeah, she has this videos that she does on her channel where she goes through like high-end designer outfits and shows you patterns that you can use to recreate those kind of outfits. And she does her monthly roundups of things she's sewn, and she has sewing plans. And I'm telling you, you get very involved. I know it's not like I'm not in, but you get very involved with her because she's very detailed. She has and also Emily Hallman Designs also has sewing collections that she sews. She's the first person I saw doing a sewing collection, and she inspired me to start my own sewing collections, even though I haven't finished not even one. But yeah, Kittenish Behaviour also has sewing collections, and they're very interesting. And she does journaling, and her journaling sessions are intense, and she puts down everything she's sewing, intends to sew, the collections and all that. And like I said, it's very involved. You get involved with her as well, and I absolutely love watching her. Like, I chill out and watch her videos all day long. The next sewing channel I have is of a lady. I think she's in Germany, and she speaks English this time around. But actually, when I saw her name, I actually thought she was an Igbo. She was like a Nigerian from, like, her name sounds Igbo, but I think she calls it Kachi, but in my language we would call that Kachi. So the name of the channel is This Is Kachi. That's what I call her in my head. I don't call her, but I mean, like, sorry if I'm butchering your name, girl, but yeah, she's another one that, like, they take you through the steps. You're involved. I mean, like, you know, this person is actually sewing for themselves. They have actually sewn this garment that they're putting up to you, because they take you through the process. She's very inspirational in her sewing, inspires you to want to learn. And she also has sewing patterns on her Etsy shop, and I think it's wonderful that she has made all this from her YouTube channel. Like I said, A+ for her content and all that good stuff. And yeah, if you're interested, check her out. The 9th channel I have on here is actually a guy, and I think it's sad that there are not more male sewing YouTubers, or maybe it's just me that hasn't found any of them out. Like, put in the comment section if you know any male YouTubers that I should check out, because I am thinking of starting sewing for men or sewing men's things, and it would be nice to, you know, have videos about that from guys. His name is Cornelius, I'm going to butcher his last name, Quiring, I think, and he's very quirky. I like his style. Again, very detailed, very involved, very inspirational. If I was a guy, I think I would enjoy watching his videos, and I like his editing style. That's another thing that I do appreciate in sewing YouTube channels. I do appreciate someone who puts effort into the whole video editing process and the storytelling, because we in the sewing community were very focused on the skill we're trying to learn, that we can sometimes forget about the editing process and making it, you know, cohesive and flow and making it a nice story. But he does, you know, you can tell he's put effort into his editing and storytelling lines, and I really do appreciate that, and it's something that I really want to see if I can pick up on my own YouTube channel. But yeah, it's hard, and what can I say, I'm getting there. I feel like I've done better from my videos in the very beginning when I started my YouTube channel till now. The 10th sewing channel that I have for you guys before I get into the honorable mentions is Rosary Apparel. Now, she's from Australia, I think. Yeah, Australia. Like I said, I like her aesthetic, or even though it's not my aesthetic, and she does have her, you know, like sewing palettes, like things she enjoys making and enjoys wearing. And like I said, I enjoy watching her. I find her very calming, and her process is very simple and easy. If you're a beginner, this would be a very good channel to go into. And she does have sewing patterns for most of her things that she makes. She has an Etsy shop, and you can, if you're a beginner, you can go there, buy some of her patterns, you know, because like I said, I think they're beginner friendly, they're easy breezy, and she has good tutorials, and she takes you through the process and things like that. And I feel like, yeah, you could it's something you could do and enjoy at the same time. Okay guys, for the honorable mentions, I have 3. This one is solely on Instagram. Her name is the name of her channel is Hello Allie J. Okay, so she used to be like really heavy on stories on her Instagram, and she'd take you through her process of making things. She also uses sewing patterns. She pattern drafts sometimes, but mostly sewing patterns. But I really haven't seen much of her since she gave birth to her kids. I think she has twin boys. Congrats, girl. Yeah, but you can scroll through her previous posts and see, you know, like I said, I like people who explain their process and are very inspirational for me. Yes, so I think she hit those 2 spots. And she hasn't posted in a while, which is why she's an honorable mention. Oh, it's not really why she's an honorable mention, but yeah, like I said, she's an honorable mention for now. The next person is on YouTube, and I think she's on Instagram as well, but I don't think I follow her on Instagram, is Daniela Tabois. She's really like a joy and a bright light in the sewing community on YouTube. Right now she's doing a bridal series, and people, you need to check out like her bridal series videos. They are top notch. Honestly guys, if you're a bride, I suggest you go check her out. If you know someone who is a bride that wants like a statement bridal piece, you know, like you would not look like every other bride out there, go check her out, hit her up, see if she can make. So I think she does take orders from people. Yeah, she's fun. Her channel is, she's like again, she's very into the process. Her finishes are really good. And yeah, check out Daniela Tabois from the House of Tabois. The final honorable mention today is called Birdie So Obsessed. She's on Instagram, and I am so obsessed with her and her dogs and her sewing. So like I said, she's on Instagram. She used to be very frequent, but she had a baby, so she's not been as frequent, but it doesn't matter. Check out her past posts and you see the inspiration is there, guys. Is there. Like I am obsessed with her Instagram feed. Please come back. Again, I don't know her name. Please come back to Instagram and bless us with your makes and whatnot. So yeah, these are the sewing channels I have for you guys today. Please, like I said, comment down below and tell me of your favorite sewing channels, either on YouTube, on Instagram, or Twitter, whatever it is. And then like, comment, subscribe to the channel, check other videos that we have on here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.